Hello everybody, it is Canadagraphs here, and I have some potentially good news. We obviously have been starved for content for a while, myself included, because of the multiple strikes going on right now with the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP. But there is finally some good news to report. And that is one of the strikes is tentatively over. Obviously, these type of things, they always have to still get a vote from the union on whether that works for them and all that. But this sounds like it's probably going to work. And that is the Writers Guild of America and AMPTP have finally reached a tentative agreement. This is 4 months in the making. They have been going for a while. I personally thought the actor strike would be settled before the writer's strike, but here we are. Thank goodness one of them is at least over. We can breathe a little bit easier. Entertainment Weekly has the article that I will have up on the screen here right now. And I'll just read through the first couple paragraphs. You can read the rest of it. After more than 4 months of striking, writers will soon finally be able to put down their picket signs and pick up their pens once again. The Writers Guild of America, WGA, the joint unions that represent writers across film, television, radio, and online media, have reached a tentative agreement with the Alliance of Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers, AMPTP, the Guild told its members Sunday in a release sent to EW. We have reached a tentative agreement on a new 2023 MBA, which is to say an agreement in principle on all deal points, subject to drafting final contract language, the statement said. Though no specifics on the deal were announced at the time, the statement states that the deal is exceptional with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every sector of the membership. So yeah, it has been 4+ months since they went on strike, and we finally have one of the two strikes solved. Obviously, the actor strike is still going on, but I feel now that the writers one has been sorted out, now that they have a basic understanding of what the writers deal kind of looks like, I think the actors, SAG-AFTRA, I think will have their lawyers come in and be like, okay, there's things in this deal that we want too, and you gave it to them, you're going to have to give it to us. I mean, namely, obviously, we're talking about the use of AI, because that is something both parties were really pushing against, and I have to assume there is rules in this deal to minimize or block that out altogether. And obviously the SAG-AFTRA will do similar when they're negotiating their part of the deal. Now, SAG, of course, they're going to have different interests than the writers did, because they're in a different part of the field, but they do have overlapping concerns. You know, the AI was one of it. Obviously, there's insurances for like pay. The pay is always, you know, a big one for a lot of things. And we don't really know where they stand on all those things as much. We've heard a lot from WGA strike at the beginning and recently, and I think for me personally at least, the SAG-AFTRA one has kind of not really been as publicly well documented, so I don't really know where the two sides stand at this time. We haven't heard of any upcoming discussions with them yet, although maybe now that this is over, we'll hear about something in the next week or two about those two sides finally sitting down and trying to sort this out. We will have to wait and see. This is still wait and see, but we have one half of it done at least, with the writers now in agreement, we can at least get the writing teams to start making content for the shows to film once the actors part of the strike has concluded. Hopefully sooner than later, because I, much like all of you, completely exhausted with waiting for new content. This is good news for everybody, probably. Like I said at the start, they still have to sign off on it. The union, like all of the writers and the Writers Guild of America, will have to vote on this proposal. Once the fine points are sorted out, because like it said in that statement, they're still working out the language of the contract, which is just a thing that happens when you're dealing with lawyers. So they have a agreement, but they're still writing out the agreement. And once they have that agreement, then it will go to a vote. You'll probably see the Writers Guild of America presidents encourage their writers to accept this so that they can move forward with ratifying the deal and getting everyone back to work. But there's no guarantee that the writers might see the deal and be like, this isn't quite what we wanted. But I have to assume, considering how long they held out for and what they were holding out for, they got a lot, if not everything they wanted. I said this from the beginning. I said this way back at the start of this first strike, let alone when there was 2 strikes on the go at the same time. Eventually, AMPTP is going to have to come to the table. Eventually, they're going to have to be like, we need you back. And here we are. 4 months later, I don't think WGA would have bent over backwards very much. I think they probably went in there, standing their ground, and was like, give us what we asked for. You know you have to. Let's make this happen so that we can get back to work and make you money. Loads and loads of money, by the way. Gross amounts of money. Just sort this out. So there it is. Writers Guild of America, AMPTP, have a tentative deal to be determined on when it will be ratified, to be determined on when they can go back to work, but I would assume in the next week to 3 weeks at the most. And fingers crossed that this is a positive sign on the actors' strike also concluding soon. For now, that is all we know. Hopefully there will be more in the next day or two on the details, when we might hear more on it, when it's finally officially over. And fingers crossed we really find out that the SAG-AFTRA and AMPTP are about to sit down to sort out that strike. Thanks everyone. I hope we have better news to give you soon, but for now we have a start at least. Have a good one. Bye.